Welcome to the FeNom podcast, a place where we have conversations with phenomenal women who are helping inspire others that are navigating a successful professional and personal life. I'm Julianne Oram, and today we are counting down our top 10 most powerful women. As of this taping, 52 of the Fortune 500 companies have a woman as CEO. That means 90% of the biggest companies in this country have a man at the helm. This podcast is aiming to single-handedly change that. So let's jump into the list. Number 10 is Laura Alber. Laura Alber is a visionary CEO and a leading force in the retail industry. She has successfully guided a legacy company through the digital age. She's the CEO of Sonoma and has been for 15 years. She holds the record for the longest-serving female CEO of a Fortune 500 company. What a female favorite. I mean, a wonderland of culinary and domestic appliances, foods, accessories, everything that you can dream up for an amazing kitchen. She led the company's transformation from a traditional brick-and-mortar retailer into a modern multi-channel giant. Alber's journey with the company began in 1995 when she joined as a buyer for the Pottery Barn brand. Since then, her strategic thinking and keen understanding of the customer propelled her through the ranks, and she was instrumental in the creation of highly successful subsidiary brands like Pottery Barn Kids and PB Teens. West Elm is also one of the brands under the corporate umbrella. Under Alber's leadership, Sonoma has significantly expanded its digital footprint, with e-commerce sales growing to a more substantial portion of total revenue. What sets her apart is her ability to blend art and science in her business approach. She embraced new technologies. She balanced a data-driven understanding of consumer trends with a creative eye for design and brand identity. During the challenging times of the pandemic, she made the principled decision not to lay off employees, a decision that not only earned her respect, but also contributed to the company culture. She's recognized not just for her business success, but also her commitment to creating a values-based culture and a brand that customers feel personally connected to. Number 9, Alice Walton. Alice Walton is on our list because she is the richest woman in the world. Her net worth, are you ready for this? $110 billion. Alice Walton is the only daughter of Walmart founder Sam Walton. She's carved out her own unique path, using her considerable wealth and influence to become one of the most significant patrons of the arts and a driving force in philanthropy. Her most notable achievement is the founding of the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas. I've been fortunate to visit this museum, and it is beautiful. I love it. And when I went there, I could tell that all of the employees who worked there really loved their jobs and really enjoyed and were fulfilled in being able to work for that museum. It's been open for 15 years. It has mostly American art, but you'll also find Renaissance-era pieces and European artists. The museum changed the cultural landscape of the region and made world-renowned art accessible to the millions of visitors who might not otherwise have the opportunity to see it. Through her foundation, Alice has focused on other initiatives. She created programs to make art more accessible to diverse and low-income communities across the nation. She also founded the Art Bridges Foundation, which provides funding, loans out collections, and does traveling exhibitions to small and regional museums, helping them bring important American art to their communities. In recent years, her philanthropic efforts have expanded to include public health initiatives. She has established the Whole Health Institute to prevent a more holistic approach to healthcare and has announced plans for a new medical school in Arkansas, aimed at integrating traditional medical education with principles of wellness. Number 8 on our list is Sheryl Sandberg. Sheryl Sandberg is a formidable figure and captivating author whose careers have spanned government, big tech, and global philanthropy. She's best known for her 14-year tenure as Chief Operating Officer of Meta, formerly Facebook, a position she held from 2008 to 2022. Her arrival at the company marked a pivotal moment as she was tasked with building and scaling a profitable business model for what was then a rapidly growing but not yet financially mature social network. She drew on her experiences as VP of Global Online Sales and Operations at Google and as a former Chief of Staff for the U.S. Treasury. She successfully transformed Facebook into a multi-billion-dollar advertising powerhouse. She was also the first woman to serve on the company's board of directors. Nowadays, almost every huge company has at least one woman on the board, but that's kind of a recent development. In 2000, around 25% of the Fortune 500, that means that 1 in 4 of the biggest companies had exclusively men on their board of directors. Beyond her corporate achievements, Sandberg's influence is perhaps most widely felt through her book, Lean In: Women, Work, and the Will to Lead, a book that certainly inspired me when I was freshly out of college. The book and the nonprofit organization that it inspired sparked a global conversation about gender equity in the workplace. The Lean In philosophy encourages women to actively pursue their ambitions, challenge stereotypes, and take on leadership roles. Her book has been debated and critiqued for its focus on individual responsibility, ignoring the struggles of low-income women with limited resources or women without the support of a good husband or family for childcare. But it undoubtedly brought the topic of female leadership into the forefront of business and popular culture. Her subsequent book, Option B: Facing Adversity, Building Resilience, and Finding Joy, was a reflection on her personal journey of grief and resilience after the sudden death of her husband. Her legacy is a complex one, but blending groundbreaking business success with an ongoing public dialogue about women's empowerment and the societal impact of technology that she helped to shape. Number 7, MacKenzie Scott. MacKenzie Scott is a philanthropist, to say the least, and an author who has redefined the concept of giving. After her divorce from Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, she became one of the wealthiest women in the world and has since made it her mission to give away her fortune at a rapid pace. She holds a special place in my heart as a woman who has volunteered thousands of hours myself for nonprofits that I care about. To me, MacKenzie represents the transformational benefit to the world that would be received if we had more of a balance of women in positions of power and wealth. MacKenzie Scott's approach to philanthropy is what makes her powerful and unique. Instead of creating traditional foundation with a long-term strategy, she has given away billions of dollars in unrestricted grants to thousands of organizations, often with no strings attached in the last few years. We've seen a frustrating and borderline immoral trend of wealthy individuals and families creating foundations in such a way that they defer actually donating money to creating good in the world, but still reap the tax benefits. Not so with MacKenzie. Her power is exerted from the speed, scale, and trust-based nature of her giving. She seeks out organizations that are already doing good work, particularly those led by women and people of color, and empowers them to use the funds as they see fit. This model of trust-based philanthropy challenges the traditional approach and has a transformational effect on the nonprofit sector. A model where nonprofits are sometimes forced to use a substantial amount of the donated funds to meet reporting requirements rather than serving their mission. MacKenzie has become a powerful force for social change, using her immense wealth to empower grassroots movements and address systemic inequities. She has given away over $19 billion to more than 2,000 nonprofits in the last 6 years. That's about half of her current net worth. I'm a big fan of Warren Buffett's The Giving Pledge, where he encourages high net worth individuals to give away 50 to 99% of their wealth. MacKenzie's taken the pledge along with people like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, the Oracle founder Larry Ellison, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook founder Dustin Moskowitz, and filmmaker George Lucas. Number 6, Agibail Johnson. Agibail Johnson is the chairman and CEO of Fidelity Investments, a financial services company. Her career at the company, which her grandfather founded, began in 1988, where she started as an analyst. She worked her way up through various roles, including president of the asset management division, and later, head of the company's retail, workplace, and institutional businesses. She became CEO in 2014, and under her leadership, Fidelity has embraced technological innovation, including its foray into cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. She's credited with boosting the company's revenue and is focused on attracting a more diverse customer base, including younger and female investors. Her leadership is defined by a customer-centric, forward-thinking approach. She is constantly recognized as one of the most powerful women in finance, and her net worth is estimated at $37 billion. Number 5, Melinda French Gates. Melinda French Gates is a philanthropist, businesswoman, and global advocate for women of girls. She founded the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in 2000, which has become one of the world's largest charitable organizations. Her foundation and philanthropy work has likely saved millions of lives. Melinda got her bachelor's degree in computer science in the 80s. She gets an offer from Microsoft in the 80s and quickly becomes a people manager. She founds the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation a few years after leaving Microsoft. The core focus is on extreme poverty, healthcare, and educational opportunities. For over 2 decades, she has helped set the direction and priorities of the foundation. They invest billions of dollars in creating and delivering vaccines for diseases like polio, malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV and AIDS. The efforts of her foundation contributed significantly to the near eradication of polio around the world, and it bolstered vaccination campaigns that have saved millions of lives. She's probably my biggest hero on the list because what she's doing is not just impactful, it's not what is popular or personally beneficial. She's doing it because it's going to create good in the world. Diseases like malaria and tuberculosis disproportionately affect the world's poorest populations. They also fund programs in the U.S., largely focused on educational equity and improving student outcomes, especially Black and Latino children, ensuring that they have access to early childhood education and the ability to earn meaningful degrees and certificates to go on to be professionally successful. Another focus of the foundation is on improving the health of mothers and newborns, ensuring proper nutrition and health for young children in Africa and Southeast Asia. They have a program to help farmers to increase their yields and techniques and to give them broader market access, both of which can increase their income. Beyond healthcare, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation ran programs to address the root causes of poverty. One program is dedicated to bringing digital financial services to poor and rural populations. This work has helped people save money, access credit, and especially in communities where traditional banking is not available. Remember what I said about impact, not popularity? This is my favorite example from the Gates Foundation, Project WASH, Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene, WASH. There was research that people in remote villages were getting deathly ill and sick regularly because they were drinking water from a stream where there was poop because someone upstream had used it for their toilet. So they launched an initiative called Reinvent the Toilet Challenge, which sought to develop new sanitation techniques that are safe, affordable, and effective for remote communities where they don't have adequate infrastructure. Another program that they run is Women's Economic Empowerment. It helps empower and teach women to earn their own money and participate in the formal economy in areas where that's not common. In 2015, she founded Pivotal Ventures, a separate organization that's dedicated to advancing social progress in the U.S. by focusing on issues that affect women and families. It's sort of an incubator. Number 4, Ruth Porat. Ruth Porat is a personal favorite of mine on this list. She is the Chief Investment Officer and former CFO of Google, a subsidiary of the parent company Alphabet. What a career. She had a steady ascent to the highest echelons of both financial and technology industry. Prior to joining Google in 2015, she spent 27 years at Morgan Stanley, where she rose to the position of Chief Financial Officer. At Morgan Stanley, she was credited with providing crucial guidance to the federal government during the 2008 financial crisis caused by the housing crash. She advised the U.S. Treasury on how to support Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which finances millions of home mortgages. She also advised the Federal Reserve regarding AIG, which was on the brink of collapse, but survived. Businesswomen.com reports that she engineered a key financing deal that saved Amazon during the dot-com crash in '01. After crushing it for 27 years at Morgan Stanley, Sergey Brin and Larry Page go headhunting and offer her the position of CFO at Google, including a $5 million signing bonus and $65 million stock that vests over several years. At Google, she gains a reputation for financial discipline, helping to manage the company's finances while continuing to grow double digits every year. She has transitioned from CFO to the role of President and Chief Investment Officer, a position that puts her in charge of the company's corporate investments and their other bets. And she handed the reins of CFO off to another woman, Anat Ashkenazi, who was pulled from Eli Lilly. Ruth is one of the women on this list that I have actually had the privilege of meeting with. I was impressed with her sharp acumen about where to press for questions on expensive projects that are proposed. People give her credit for making it through the boys' club of Wall Street, where there are stories of crass language and harsh treatment. Ruth has 3 sons, and it just makes me really happy to think about men being raised by a powerful career woman, growing up with the perception that women belong in every level of corporate America. Ruth is recognized for her leadership and financial acumen, which have had a significant impact on 2 of the most influential companies in the world. Number 3, Christine Legarde. Christine Legarde is the current president of the European Central Bank. Her role is one of immense economic power, as she's responsible for managing the euro and setting monetary policy for the 19 countries that use that currency. A lawyer by training, before taking the reins at ECB, she was the first woman to serve as France's Minister of Economic Affairs, Finance, and Industry, and later became the first woman to lead the International Monetary Fund. Her career has been a series of firsts, breaking barriers in male-dominated fields and demonstrating a formidable intellect and a calm, authoritative presence. I thoroughly enjoy watching her interviews. She has a very feminine air about her while really commanding the room and making it clear that she has a large back knowledge of the topics that she's addressing. At the ECB, she was tasked with navigating the complex economic landscape of the Eurozone, which included tackling record high inflation and dealing with the economic fallout from global events. Her decisions have made a direct impact on the financial well-being of millions of people all across Europe, from interest rates on their mortgages to the value of their savings. Legarde's influence extends beyond economic policy. She's a powerful advocate for women's rights and has often spoke about the need for greater gender equality in leadership roles. Number 2 is Mary Barra. Mary Barra is the CEO of General Motors. Most people refer to it as GM. A true trailblazer in the automotive industry. She is the first woman to lead a major global automaker. She's been CEO since 2014, a remarkable tenure, and GM is 18th on the Fortune 500 list. Her journey is a testament to the power of hard work and rising through the ranks. Her father worked for an auto company. I think her father actually worked for GM. She started her career at GM at the age of 18, inspecting fender panels and hood parts. She went on to earn a master's degree in business administration. GM paid for her to go to Stanford to get her MBA and held a variety of engineering and administrative roles before being named CEO. Barra's power lies in her ability to successfully steer a legacy company again through a period of unprecedented disruption. She has been a champion of GM's all-electric future, committing billions of dollars to the development of electric vehicles and autonomous driving technology. While the rumor is that she prefers to drive a Hummer, she said that she always has at least one of the electric vehicles and one of the gas vehicles so that she personally has experience with the cars that are coming out of the factory. GM's software division has leadership that was poached from Apple, Amazon, Meta, and Google. That is fearless, intelligent leadership that you might not expect from someone who has spent their entire career at one company. But she saw the need to bring in expertise from other companies in areas that they were looking to bolster in GM. I like some of the advice that she gave on a podcast recently. She said, build the network that you need to do your job more effectively. Something that I think maybe sometimes more as women, but certainly a lot of us forget that you need a network of people. You need other individuals within your company to help make you successful. And those relationships are some of the things that pay dividends and makes your work more impactful. She also navigated some unique challenges. There was a faulty ignition switch, which happened very shortly after she became CEO. And unlike some other recalls where it's a number of unfortunate incidents and it gets reported by the press, GM chose to self-report this issue, which was caused by technology that was engineered in the early 90s, so certainly before her leadership tenure. But they decided that they needed to do the right thing, which was to be transparent about it and to dig in and find out what the issue was and to fix it. She's also had a number of other challenges, including union negotiations and supply chain issues. Her leadership style is described as transparent and collaborative. She's been credited with transforming GM's culture and positioning the company for a new era of mobility. All right, number 1 on our list of most powerful women is Ursula von der Leyen. Ursula is the president of the European Commission, a role that places her at the helm of the European Union's executive branch and makes her one of the most significant political figures in the world. She's also the first woman to hold this position. She is a doctor and used to be the German Minister of Defense. Her steadfast ascent through the ranks of German and European politics is a remarkable achievement. So what does she do as president of the European Commission? She currently leads a body that is responsible for proposing legislation for the entire EU, including enforcing treaties between nations. Her power is derived not only from her official title, but from her ability to steer the course of a vast and complex union of 27 member states. The combined population of the EU is over 440 million people, and a collective economy that rivals the United States. And when Ursula von der Leyen wakes up in the morning, she's got that on her conscience, and her decisions impact the lives of those hundreds of millions of people. She's been a key figure in the EU's response to major challenges, including the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine, where she has steadfastly stood behind the people, and climate change. Ursula von der Leyen's leadership has been characterized by a push for a more unified and geopolitically assertive Europe, as well as a commitment to the EU's Green Deal, a sweeping set of policy aimed at making Europe the first climate-neutral continent, a very brave political stance to get behind for such a complex challenge that a lot of times is easy for people to just push down the road or point fingers somewhere else. She has certainly been greatly responsible with the immense power that she wields. So that's our top 10 list. Let us know if we missed anyone big. We did specifically leave celebrities off the list. I think some of the comments are going to say, where is Taylor Swift on this list of top 10? But do let us know who else you think is a really admirable, powerful woman who has an immense influence on the world. And let us know if there are any key aspects of someone's background that we missed. We would love to hear from you. And thank you for joining us and counting down our list of top 10 powerful women. I'm going to take that out.
I was going to delete it, and I didn't actually. I was reading it on my phone, so I couldn't delete it. I couldn't edit it in the Google Drive, but